Hey everybody, it's Jen. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am going to give you guys a tour of my craft room if you would like to see it. I love to see other people's crafty spaces, and I finally have mine reasonably clean. So I thought before I get started on my next big projects, I would show you guys. Show you my space. So this is a room in my basement. We finished the basement in our house about 5 years ago, and I had this space made. Well, mostly it's a combination office for my husband and a craft room for me. I'm standing in the corner by my husband's stuff, like his desk and papers and stuff. So I'm not going to show that part. I'll just show you guys my crafty space. So I did pick the color. It's like an aqua blue color from Sherwin-Williams. If you want to know the color, just let me know. I'll look at the paint can I have left. But yeah, let's get started, okay? So this is everything. It's a pretty good sized space. Over here, I have this cabinet. I'm going to try not to shake the camera too much because I know I get dizzy when people walk around too much with their cameras. So bear with me, okay? So let me just show you this cabinet I got from Decor Steels about 2 years ago, and it is awesome. I keep a lot of my 12 by 12 paper in there, and also some regular cardstock on the top shelf there. And as you can see in the bottom, it has, let me just bend down, it has this big shelf that I keep those iris containers in, and I have stickers in one. I have paper singles, just like, like singles that don't have a specific collection set aside for me. I have alpha stickers. I have a whole thing of Jen Hadfield things. It just keeps it contained for me. I have paper pads elsewhere, but everything else like her ephemera and stickers and things like that go in there. I have some small paper pads and Christmas and winter, some things in there. And over here I have, sorry, that cart from Michael's that we all have. This is great because I just roll it over to where I'm crafting, and I have adhesives in the top. I have some dies, some die cuts, and I also have like stickles and glitterific, just all, mostly I use this for my adhesives when I'm crafting. I've got some magnets there, and then I have, these are those sequin, well, the bins that we get from Harbor Freight, and I just put like all sorts of sequins in there. So I've got 4 of those filled with sequins. This is, I keep like my newest dies in here before I put them away, just to keep them available, because I like to, use new stuff right away, just to cut it out, see how it looks, and to show you guys too. The bottom shelf I put seasonal on the label. It used to be seasonal stuff, but right now it's like hole punches and like my crocodiles in there, things like that. And then I keep like spare tape and paintbrushes and stuff over here. Okay, so this is this side of my craft room, and over here on the side, I got this from Amazon, this magnetic bin. I forget who recommended this. I think it was Tony Craft Purge, but it's great. This is a magnetic cabinet, so it sticks really well. So I put some things that I've made, a couple of albums. On the hooks, I hung the Michaels Celebrate It ribbon bundles, and this is good because it just keeps them where I could see them and, just get inspired to use different ones. I have the magnetic or metallic one and 2 pastel bundles. So that's what I have there. And on the top, I have just like some projects that I've made I have a mini 2-tier tray from Target. I stitched that in the back. I made all those things. Up here in this crock, I have my alcohol markers. I'm not, huge into that, but I have a bunch of them. So these are mostly summery stickers and ephemera and things like that. And it kind of has a hole there so it falls through. But and then on there I have these like fabric baskets that I got from Target. They were earlier this year in the Bullseye Playground. And in this one I have all my eyelash trims, mostly the ones from Dollar Tree. And then I have some like seasonal embellishments. Like I've got pom-poms in there, some paint, just to keep them contained. Down here I have a one of those carts, you know, like those plastic carts. I got this at Walmart. It was on clearance, and it was like a, I don't know, kind of like a scraped up white, and I just spray painted it aqua. And here's where I keep all my ribbons. I have a drawer full of pinks and a couple of reds, but mostly pinks in there. And then I have aquas, ribbons and trims, and then the bottom drawer is miscellaneous, mostly like black and white and some metallics, that sort of thing. So they're usually not this neat. I did organize them before this video, so who knows how long they'll stay like that. But yeah, so I've got that. And on the top of this I have, it's a little crowded, but I have some canisters of, I have my pearl cotton bundle or spools there. I have some handmade projects in there, some beads, and just another like little box that I made just for display and inspiration. Okay, up here is the door to the like the unfinished part of our basement where the water heater is and storage and that kind of thing. So I hung up this like photo holder that I got at Michael's a while ago, and I just put tags that I've made and other little decorations just to have available for when I'm wrapping gifts or just for some inspiration in my craft room. Okay, let me back up a little and I'll show you this wall. There's my ironing board, obviously. This is my tripod that I use when I make videos usually. I've got a hanger with bags and stuff on it. Up here is a banner that I made a while ago, and some crafty things like jars of not eyelash trim, seam binding and rickrack, and some fabric tape, and just some flowers just for decoration. There's, I think, yeah, I have other rickrack in here, and this is that cute little bookshelf paper thingy I made, also inspired by Tony. And then here I have a, let me back up a little, excuse me, tripod. This is a baker's rack. I got this at Marshall's years ago, and it was in another part of my house, but I just brought it down here, and it has a lot of storage, which is great. I have this big basket, and in here I keep like all my patterns. I do a lot of sewing, quilting mostly, so I have everything in here. Here I have some other random stuff. These bins I just got at Walmart this month, I think it was. They're in the back to school section, and I just love the color of them. They were like $1.97 each. And the good thing is they fit 12 by 12. So as you can see in this one, I have collection packs, so like the 12 by 12 collections. I have my steel rule dies right here in this one. This one I have like punch boards and like a circle cutter I just got from Michael's by Martha Stewart. This one I have different shaker products, like some foam and yeah, a couple of things of foam and those like plasticky shaker things, you know what those are. And then I have some planner stuff, stickers, and I also keep like blank envelopes in here too for when I make cards. The bottom shelf is, I got these are like cardboard magazine holders that I got from Hobby Lobby. And those I have paper pads in. I have fall and pink Christmas in here. This is all snow and cocoa and other pebbles, Christmassy type things. I also have a big thing of foam in here. I didn't know where else to put it. I've got Michael's Christmas pads, DCWV Christmas, and these are just my 12 by 12 packs of solid cardstock. And then this is just some random stuff I had nowhere to put. So like albums and folders and some frames that I'm going to be doing some stitching for. So as you can see, this baker's rack holds a lot of things. So And then we'll get to my counter, which is huge, as you can see, which I just love, love, love. When we were making my craft room, I wasn't doing much paper crafting at that point. It was mostly just quilting. So this is basically for cutting fabric and storing fabric. So since I've been doing paper crafting for the past 2 years, it's slowly been taken over by that. So I do have a lot of quilting stuff, but I think I have more paper crafting now. So I'll just show you. I have this shelf up here. Oh, my border's coming off. This is a Martha Stewart scrapbooking paper strip that I love them, so I gotta fix that. And just, I have some decorations up there, some buttons, my quilty sign, which I love. And then I have just like it's like a book stand that I keep seasonal projects on. Like I just got this magazine at Joann's. This is my cuddle bug that I use all the time. As you could tell by my plates, they're really scratched up, but they're fine. They work. So I have some spare plates that I don't want to break into unless I really need to, because they don't make them anymore. So anyway, let's just go through what I have on my counter if you'd like. I've got these bins full of charms and things for tassels and stuff like that. Like, see all those charms in there, and then I have those. Yeah, so whenever I'm making jewelry, I usually bring all these stacks over with me. I have this tray full of, let's see, I've got, this bin is full of scissors and cutting tools. I've got these notebooks I use all the time. I have one for paper crafting. This one is my sewing one. I have a YouTube one in my other desk area, which I'll show you, but those keep all my measurements for different projects, so it's really handy for me. This thing is great. I keep my like jewelry tools and scissors and pokey tools, so when I'm die cutting, I could poke things out from the die right here. Got some reading glasses, which I need all over the place since I can't see anything. Okay, over here I had this cute little acrylic stand. I forget where I got it, but I've got some just like random office supplies in here, like, you know, binder clips, paper clips. My daughter made this for me, so I keep that there. Washi, some more glitter glue, and these glimmer mists, which I like to use sometimes. These are my Nouveau drops that I got this, I think it was like Christmas time. Scrapbook.com had a promotion. You could get like a free container, so that's what that is. There's my scoreboard, which I use all the time. This bin is, I just keep here with projects that I just recently worked on. I'm sure some of you guys recognize them from recent videos and Instagram posts, so just to have somewhere to keep them until I use them or put them away in a permanent place. I have this pen and pencil spinner, which I use when I sit at this counter sometimes. Just to show you, I have my sewing tables here, and that's my counter. And this chair is a drafting chair, which is higher than a regular office swivel chair. So it can, once it lowers, it's over here on my sewing table, but then I could slide it over here and just raise it up, and I could sit at my counter. So, you know, it works for both heights, which is great. Okay, so then there's my next shelf, which in those canisters I have threads and jewelry making things, obviously some crochet thread in that colander. I have a magnetic board there, which I just keep some like little inspirational magnets, just to, you know, pretty things. These are those bead containers that I got at Michael's. They were on clearance earlier this year, so yeah, so I filled those with beads, as you could see, which I love because you could just tip it open. You could take the whole thing out and bring it with you, you know, to wherever you're working. So sometimes they're harder to get back in, but anyway, that's that. I have my bloom from We Are Memory Keepers, and I keep lots of jewelry making things in here, like jump rings and chain and bead caps, that kind of thing. And now something stuck, so I can't close it, but I'll get to that. I have a whole canister full of Charmy charms because I just love them. I use those a lot for jewelry making, tassels. I usually sit up here when I'm making tassels and things like that. I've got my little garbage can, which I love that one. And here in these containers, I have eyelets and what else? Brads. I've got this like punch board here. And then underneath I have this slim container of beads for ones that I don't need like a whole drawer for, you know, you just have a few of each. And then I have this container full of other like charms and cabochons, things like that. I have little cutting boards for when I just need a little one, but then I have this huge one that I use for fabric, for cutting vinyl when I'm making like dashboards for travelers, notebooks, that sort of thing. In my drawers, I have, all right, this could be dangerous, but all right, it's not that bad. This is where I keep most of my adhesives, like glue sticks and Velcro dots and that kind of thing. I have some magnets in there. Down here, I have all my tool. I have paint, packing supplies, ironing things, and also faux leather from Hobby Lobby and other places. Here, I just cleaned out in here too, which I'm pretty proud of, but I made this curtain because I had this gap here for storage. And just to peek inside, yes, this is clean, but it's all organized. I have bins of usually mostly seasonal crafts, like I have a couple fall bins. I have my embroidery thread there. I've got a few Christmas bins. I've got resin projects. I've got a container full of things. Let me move over there. A container full of things to alter, like, you know, albums and frames and things like that. So yeah, this is where I keep all that stuff you have no idea what to do with. I have in the back there, I have some quilting materials, and yeah, so that's what's in there. And I love the little curtain because it keeps everything contained nice and neat. In this cabinet, I have all my felt and mask making supplies. I just put my paper towels there, but I've got yeah, all elastics and stuff to make masks. I've got a lot of felt, as you could see. I'm gonna get started working on a felt project soon. I showed you guys in my last haul what that looked like. So yep, that's pretty organized. Over here, I don't think I'm gonna open here, but that big cabinet is where I keep my fabric, and it's not the neatest. So, and in here I keep like rulers and freezer paper for quilting, press and seal, all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's go over here. This is one of my favorite things in my craft room. It is a 3-sectioned wire basket organizer. And I got this at Home Goods last year, I think. And I just love having the like paper crafting collections I really, really like on display. So if they're out, I'll use them. The top 2 sections are mostly Maggie Holmes. There's a little bit of other crepe paper collections in there, but mostly Maggie Holmes. So I have like the big chipboards are up there. I used to have them divided by collection, but now I just have it by type because I think they all pretty much go together. I've got stamps and stickers and thickers. This is the second section with some smaller embellishment type things. And then the bottom one is all snow and cocoa because I have so much of that and I love it. I love to look at it year round, and yeah, if I could get more, I would. So we'll see about that. Over here is my sewing table, and you can see I have my sewing machine. I sit here and do all my sewing. I've got this tiered tray. I got this, oh, sorry for my finger there, from IKEA. I've got a tart burner so I can have some nice smells while I'm crafting. Snacks. I have blow pops and other candy in here because you get hungry, you know. Over here on the side, I keep big things like a big poster board, and I have an extra ironing board and cutting mat and things like that. Nothing very exciting. In the drawers or cabinets of my sewing table, I have TN supplies. I have down here, I have all my ink pads and stamps and shipping things. So I have tissues. I made this tissue cover. I use this for garbage, and then I have this other tiered tray with other random paper crafting supplies and a squishy for when I have to. Okay, so over here, this is where I do most of my crafting, and you'll probably recognize the background because I use that when I make my videos. I usually move my drafting table over, or drafting chair over here, and my tripod, and I just point my camera down like that and take my videos. So this is what's on here. I got this huge 2-tier tray from TJ Maxx, and I keep a lot of charms and other like office supplies in there. Some hand cream and lip balm, always need that. I use this to mix sequin mixes sometimes. I have my planner, and then I have these 3 photo albums filled with dies. I keep them on magnetic pages, and that way when I'm sitting here and I need a die, I could just take out my books and look at them. Keep some patterns, my YouTube notebook with notes for my videos. This is my paper cutter, Cricut one, or paper trimmer that I use all the time, so I leave it there. And in this organizer are my most used like markers and pokey tools, scissors, bone folder. I also keep my Maggie Home 6x6s up here. I have a mini trimmer, or what do you call those? Scoreboards. Thank you, whoever shouted that out. And yeah, so, and then I also have a cake stand there that I keep my pincushion and some markers and other little things I made. I just like this little corner because it's really cozy. I love that little lamp, and sometimes I light candles while I'm working. And I got this lamp from when my daughter was redecorating her room. She didn't want it anymore, so I took it. Sorry if that's really bright. There is my glue gun that I just got from Shore Bonder, which I love, love, love. And I have a little trimming mat just in case I need that. Underneath, it's kind of a mess under here, but I'll show you anyway. I have some other random, a huge box full of sequins, and then I have some more containers full of sequins, shaker bits. That box is my design team package from Buttons Galore. I have my nail polish because I like to do my nails while I'm sitting here. And then let's see. Okay, here I have a big bucket full of yarn. And in this basket here, I have like those container or envelope, like the big envelopes from Hobby Lobby filled with like different collections. There is a quilt that I made a while ago, and I just have that hung up in my craft room. I change it out sometimes for different quilts, and I put some pink lights up there, which I love. And I sit on this chair usually. As you can see, my cats like to use it as a scratching post, so what are you gonna do, right? Okay, and the last section we have over here, I got this shelf thing from Decor Steals 2, which I also had in a different part of my house, but then I adopted it into my craft room because, as you know, we always need more storage space. So up here on this wire shelf that I got at Home Goods, I keep all those little magnetic containers from Dollar Tree, and I keep like things I made in here, like butterflies. As you can see, it's labeled, and cute resin pieces, and just lots of things that I'd like to have organized. I've got some mini albums that I made, and also some felt pieces there for planner clips. On this shelf, I have, okay, in these buckets, they're all labeled with different things that are in there, like flowers in here, miscellaneous embellies here. These are all also other embellishments, like random ephemera, paper flowers. I've got a speaker for when I'm listening to music. That's also another lamp. On the middle shelf, I have a bucket full of bling and one of washi. And this has just like cards I've made and some glitter paper pads. This has list pads and note cards. And then in this bin, I have all my other 6x6 and 6x8 paper pads, I think. Most of them anyway. And then I have, in this bin, I have glitter, tags, etc. Like you can see, I have fences and other like larger embellishments. I've got this random container of little resin pieces, and this was when I first started paper crafting, it was so cute. I had just this with all my embellishments in it, and as you can see, they're labeled. Like, I can't believe I just had this amount. It's amazing in 2 years how much stuff I've acquired. It's crazy, right? And then the last thing over here, I have like one of those plate racks, and I keep like different groupings of papers that I use a lot. Like this is a lot of my Maggie Holmes things are here. And then I have one full of like shimmer and pearl paper. I have this big accordion folder filled with vellum and acetate and vinyl. And then I have, let's see, glitter singles back there, and then like extra storage containers. So that's it for that. And I think that is it. Let me just give you a pan of it if you'd like to see again. That's my door to my craft room. I just love this space. I'm so lucky and thrilled with it. I could use more storage, but who couldn't, right? I think I'm doing pretty good. So I feel very blessed to have this. And yeah, this is where I do all my crafting. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of my craft room. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions of where I got anything, I'd be happy to answer them if I remember. So that is it for today, and thanks for joining me. I will be back soon with another crafty video. Bye, guys.